good show. That's it.
You know it. All right. Okay. I am pre-connected to Facebook, pre-connected to Instagram. Twitch is on. All right. Let me hit go live here. Go live here. And we are rolling.
What up, though? It's your boy Bus Driver, man. This is the bus stop. I want to thank you all for tuning in, tapping in, getting y'all a seat on the bus. We got a very, very special show today. Not that every show is a special, but we definitely have a very special show today, man. I got my homeboy coming through. We actually going up a little ways, close to DC right now on the bus. So y'all go ahead and ride with me. My homeboy, this man is he's a comedian, he's a singer, he's a producer of shows. Known this man for a very, very long time. Incredibly dope person, incredibly dope talented multi hyphenate. I want y'all to make some noise. Make sure y'all go ahead and light up if y'all gonna light up. Make sure y'all got your drink ready if y'all gonna get your drink ready. And remember, don't get no ashes on my floor. None of that. That shit is alpaca. But yo, we gonna go ahead and rock with your boy, my homeboy, Sean Pee Wee Neverson. What up, though, man? What's good with you?
Yo, man. Can you hear? Can you hear?
I can hear you, boy. What's going on with you, man?
Clear.
Clearly.
Word. How you feeling this year?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm chilling, chilling. How you?
You have any fear?
Bars. Let's go. Mhm.
You not in Maryland, nigga, because I seen a deer. No bullshit. That nigga was over there.
And he
What's
said, "What?
up, Jay? What it do, man?
Hey, man, I'm chilling, man, chilling, man. Like I said, man, definitely glad to have you, on the show. Uh, for the people who don't know, because of course this is gonna be everywhere. Everybody's gonna see this, and we're gonna get to a lot of things with you. You know, what I'm saying these next couple minutes. But
Okay.
who is Pee Wee? You know, what I'm saying like for those who haven't been around for the 20 plus year career. You know, what I'm saying who are you? Like, give me a little bit of your day to day, like what it is that you do.
Oh man, listen. I listen, man. I be in the street. My bad. I be in the. Listen, we in the era now where you can't lie no more. I be in the streets. I'm just the Joker,
All right, all right.
and all the hoods in the whole America endorse me telling jokes professionally. And honestly, that's just what it really is, man. Just a street nigga telling jokes. I ain't no different than nobody else. I ain't trying to reinvent the wheel, man. How you?
Oh yeah, I did. I did. I'm good, bro. Absolutely. That's what's up. That's what's up. So all right. So as far as like
Well,
with comedy, because what I'm saying, I know you've been doing it for quite some time. What did you have like a moment of like I can see myself doing this for the rest of my life? Like you know what I'm saying? Like you knew that comedy was like your thing to do.
you know what? Yes. I ain't gonna lie. Because I normally lie like a motherfucker. People that ever tell you I ain't gonna lie or I'm gonna be honest with you or shit like that, lying motherfucker. So I'm here to tell you I'm with them. That's my family. Fuck y'all. But the point I'm trying to tell you is that I ain't gonna lie now and say that after I realized that comedy was actually in my DNA,
Mhm.
that's when I made the decision to adopt a name and go forth. That's when I knew it was already kind of, I wouldn't say nostalgic because I didn't know about my DNA, but it was like, what is this moment? Because every time I would hit the stage, I was extremely comfortable. I was making people laugh, but I was like way too comfortable, way too comfortable. And I always tried to figure out where it came from. And then I figure out where it came from. And so to answer your question, yes. When I figured out where it came from, that's when I was like, yo, yep, this is it. No holds bar.
Okay.
I'm not stopping. And yeah.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's
That's
up. What I like to, I mean, I got to give one of the same questions to you that I like to give to a lot of like musicians that I ask. Not to say that you aren't a musician, but we want a comedy part right now. Um,
right.
what is like your? I mean, I feel like top five is always kind of cliche, but like, what is your top five? as far as comedians and as far as like some of the people that you watched growing up and again kind of got you in the space of I really want to do comedy. So in no particular order,
Right.
actually better yet, give me your four. So you have three openers and who's gonna be the headliner?
Damn. I mean, listen, this is why I heard about the question is so good.
Uh,
So when you throw a
Because
comic off, everybody smarter than everybody in the universe. You threw me,
the headliner part make it hard, right? But see, that's what I want to know.
you threw me the fuck off, son. All right, but I'm on point. I'm gonna answer this shit, man. I'm from Brooklyn. All right, listen. Eddie Murphy,
All right.
Martin Lawrence, Richard Pryor,
Okay.
Paul Mooney. You
Mm.
said four.
Yep. So
You
all
want
right,
to know
but
five?
who's the headliner? That's why I want to know who your headliner is.
Dave Chappelle.
Oh, okay. All right. So out of those, because you named some legendary comedians, why Chappelle as a headliner?
Because I couldn't book Tracy Morgan because I really wanted him. That nigga from Brooklyn. Shout out to Tracy. What's the mother? Hey, I couldn't get Tracy. Tracy cost too much money. He got hit by a truck. Tracy got hit by a truck. I can't book Tracy. I could get Dave Chappelle though. That's my nigga.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Hard.
Yeah, that's definitely a
That's
fire ass lineup though.
what
Definitely
you
a fire lineup.
what you gonna do?
That's what's up. So as far as like with your comedy, because I feel like with any artist,
My producer.
um,
The honest answer.
with any artist, like I mean, whether it is rapper or painter, poet or whatever, you do kind of draw. I guess your art kind of does to a certain extent comes from like your life. You know what I'm saying? So I guess with that, how does like even like your day to day or just saying the kind of things that you have going on, how does that kind of influence that comedy and what does that do for you in like your creative process?
Listen, man, I ain't going front. My day to day is so fucked up. Comedy is the outlet for me.
Okay.
And I mean not the fucked up. It's just really, really, really busy, man. I ain't no different than nobody else. I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm all of that. So that saturates. And I'm, business owner and all of that stuff. So all that stuff saturates. But when I tell you, when I hit that stage, man, the freedom is just, I gotta write a book about it. I gotta write a book about it.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
She ain't had to do that, but I gotta write a
So
book about it. So
okay.
you know, the freedom is like is really real. Entertainment for me is an outlet. It's like going to, if you like going to amusement parks and you just love riding roller coasters. That's
Hmm.
how comedy and entertainment in general is for me. It's just something I'm gonna do because it makes me feel good.
That's what's
Right or
up.
wrong, that's just you know.
So I know we did mention in the intro, not only are you a comedian but you're a singer as well. um how did you again how did you kind of get into the singing, like how did you, and then do those two kind of intertwine like at any point what I'm saying in your life, and how does that work?
Oh, well, singing something's I've always done since I was, like I mean, on 4. I've always been in a choir of some sort. I was always in the church choir. I was always in the church choir. For some reason, my bad ass was in the church choir. I had just lit my niece on fire, but they put me in the choir that said, Sean terrible in the motherfucker. He just lit Vonji on fire. Let him sing Jesus Has the Way. And I sung it, and I was, little. So I always grew up in choirs, in like really good choirs with really good harmonies that all
Mm,
stuck to me. And when you get older, about 11, 12, 13 years old, you start getting into music. In my era, you start getting into hip hop. I grew up in the era, and I'm going to represent that. I grew up in the era of the dopest music ever. And I challenge anybody to whatever. I mean, that was, it was growing up, you had to be able to do something. I grew up in the dopest music ever. And, I just ended up gravitating to the R&B side of it, because
Mm.
the natural knack that I had with vocal impressions. And I would always do vocal impressions, and those vocal impressions turned into singing. And I realized I can keep a tune, hold a tune, and you know, just make something from there. And then once I did that, completely fell in love with music over it.
Okay.
So if you know me, honestly, I'm a musician at heart. More than anything in the world, this comedy shit is just something I put a mask on for
That's what's up.
to
So,
get
all
that.
right. So, with that, of course, with comedy and with singing, like I know, you may have had like some opportunities to travel like to different places. And I feel like home is always gonna be home.
Hmm.
But like, what's one of like your favorite like stages that you've hit like so far in your career?
Oh man, listen, I went to Itsugi, Japan, and
Mm,
the reason why it was dope is because as soon as you got off the plane, I mean, it was like April. As soon as you got off the plane, you can tell the air was different. It
mm,
was great. I was
mm,
on tour with Guy Tori, Joe Tori. Um, Tommy Davidson hit that tour as well when we came back to the States. Um, I forgot who the other comic was. That nigga wasn't that funny.
mm. Maybe that's why you don't remember.
If you not that funny, get the fuck off the tour. He wasn't even mad. He was like, shit, I just tried. Shit.
Say,
So
nigga, I'm in Japan. Shit, like at least that, right?
but we were in Japan for like 30 days, and I was the opening act. I had a strong Bernie Mac impression. And not only did everybody else love that, Bernie Mac was alive then when I was doing this.
Mm,
Not it was an impression that most people weren't doing when Bernie Mac was alive. Now there was some comedians that was doing it while he was alive. But I really kind of, honed into it, and he, you heard my top five. He wasn't even in it.
mm-hmm,
It was just that his soul and his flair of comedy is what I gravitated to during that time. And I, just kind of brought that, I had a knack of bringing that alive, and that kind of got me on that tour because I did it at a comedy club in New York City. Um, the Improv, well, Broadway Comedy Club. It used to be called the Improv, third between 8th and Ninth Avenue. All the big guys have been there. I There's a lot of big stories into that too. So you gonna definitely need a part two to this interview.
absolutely. All right.
Comedy, comedy in general, which is how I got into this, which was the gateway that I was able to break through on a lower level to secure me now, which is why everything is so blissful now. I was able to avoid a lot of shit and get in authentically into this kind
Mm,
of thing without, having to sacrifice anything. Um, but yeah, got into there, and I was able to impress some of the management that was on a tour that was going to Japan, and they brought me on. They paid me very well. That was the first time I ever seen $12,000.
mm.
12 G's, six on the plane, six back, and then I
That's what's
ate
up.
Japanese food the whole time. It was crazy. And I'm sitting there getting cracked on by Guy Tori and Joe Tori. And if comedians know what I know, if you grew up getting cracked on by Guy Tori and Joe Tori,
Mm-hmm,
you should know my
mm.
pedigree.
That's what's up.
And that's just what it is. I ain't bragging. I'm just sagging like niggas used to doing it. I ain't nothing to fuck with because I learned from the best. And then when you got Tommy Davidson cracking on you while he's singing,
Mm-hmm.
it's and all they're telling me is that, you need to be fearless like we are to you, because that Bernie Mac is strong. That impression you did was strong. The way you got them is strong. Who are you? We don't even know who you are, but you're like, with us. Nigga, we need you to do. When I first got out there, they told me to do, I was out there scheduled to do 10 minutes. That 10 minutes turned to 30 before we left there.
Mm. That's
Um,
what's up.
because we all, and I will give attribute to this. Yes, I was funny. Yes, I was great with the crowd. But we did kick that bitch ass nigga off the tour. I don't know who that was, to Japan, and was he was confidently unfunny.
Confidently not funny. Wow. All right. Damn.
Like when he got off stage, like, yo, you are terrible. He was like, yeah, man, I seen that shit too. I don't know what to do with this.
So you seen that nigga that
He
just came
stopped
off the
doing
stage? Yeah, nigga, that was you, nigga. Like,
Oh man, I believe he in the Epstein files. How he get all these
and so he got on that tour.
major tour with, so, but it was what it was. So that increased my time, and I got more time doing it. And like I said, I was drilling that Bernie Mac impression. I was drilling that Martin. Those are my three. I'm not like Godfrey. I'm not like all the other comics like Ari Spears, all those guys that can do all those
Mhm,
Jay Farrow, who's another interesting story. Y'all should
mhm.
part
Yeah,
two.
y'all gonna have to tap in for that one. Yep, absolutely.
Farrow, word to mother. But I'm not an impressionist. But
Mhm.
as a comedian, you better know how to do somebody, right? And I was that guy to do somebody, and those somebodies for me was Bernie Mac, Martin Luther King, and and DMX. And of course, who the hell don't have a good Donald Trump? Who don't have somebody
He
like,
makes it so easy, right?
yep, I can even
Yeah,
get
I know it's got to be like comedy gold for y'all. Just kind of
uh,
like I know he's giving y'all a lot of material.
Donald Trump is like, he's like a gold mine for comics. Comedians are getting off just doing Donald Trump. It don't matter if you sound like him or not. It's He's so fucked up. It's funny when you say his name. I was like, yeah, people get up and be like, hey, listen, I want to tell a joke. So Donald Trump, people just start laughing immediately.
Yep, yep.
You-
That's facts. That's facts.
that's the confidence you need to just keep going on. So yeah, it's so like I said, I'm not an impressionist. I'm definitely somebody who has a catalog of material, but I am a voiceover artist.
Okay.
So I do voices to drive my stand up. So if you can understand that, then email me, because I don't.
So, and I know you mentioned that you do have a couple of different voices. And I do have my personal favorite jokes of yours, and I'm gonna ask you because I feel like I have to ask you. I almost feel like it's like picking your favorite child.
Hmm.
What is one joke that you kind of feel like no matter what's kind of going on in the world,
Hmm.
whatever city you in, like any of that, what's that one joke that you feel like you kind of got to get off, or one joke that you feel like it's like your personal favorite?
I got a couple actually, but my personal favorite one is, I mean, people get, and I love it because the response that I get from it is that, the world is so fucked up that I really try to take people out of their realm of reality of it. And
Hmm.
I use my voice to do it. So I do this joke about dating a big girl. I really love to deliver. I, I don't love to deliver the joke because it really takes a toll on my voice, but the way people respond to it is just, that's my cocaine, that's my crack, that's my fentanyl. I'm addicted to way the people like that. For instance, I love doing this voice so much. I will do it for you now. You ready?
I just need to order. Can I just get the food order?
I took this to McDonald's for her birthday. She said, "Oh my," she got a heavy voice. She said, "Oh my God, I love McDonald's. Can we stop right there?" I said, "Bitch, I got reservations for the best restaurant." She said, "Fuck that. It's my birthday. Let's go now." I said, all right, bitch, you only got 7 seconds. Get what the fuck you want. We gotta go. Do you know this bitch? She said, look, I want a big mammy DNT corner pounder with some chief fillet and fish and hamburger. She's been happy, man. Not the tasting going to find the regular small house. How stuff regard no chicken salad or in the baby beverage high case starter, maybe biscuit bacon, egg and cheese, starch, Danish bitch, and a hash brown too.
If y'all can't tell, I've seen this man numerous times. That is my favorite joke. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
That shit was $700. I'm still making payments at McDonald's on the Broad Street. And that was in Richmond. McDonald's on Broad, I still owe them $274 more for going there. And that was 4 years ago. Fat bitch. She big as hell. Love it though. All she do is think about food. I call her from the jail. I try to get her mind off of that shit. I say, your mind off food. I know you don't think about food all the time. She said, no, I'm not on that shit. I challenged her. I said, babe, I'm in the jail. Come get me. She said, oh my God. What the fuck they lock you up for? I said, bitch, they got me for assault and battery. She said, what the fuck? How they gonna lock you up for putting salt on the back? And how did it taste? Bitch, get me out the jail.
Yeah, man.
I should
Look,
have on because I asked, I said, where you work at? She said, Nabisco. I said, what the fuck is Nabisco? She said she had 2 jobs. I said, you got 2 jobs? I said, where the fuck? She said, Nabisco, and I work at Chips Ahoy. Where the fuck is Chips Ahoy?
not Chips
She
Ahoy.
said, the lead cookie sampler for Chips Ahoy. I taste test deli meat all across America. Boar's head. I said, bitch, get your. I should have known it was something wrong. I'm just playing. But that's, that's the furthest extent I can take, whatever it is. So that's, I love to give that because when in a room full of people, they just be. I've written material, sat down and written a 30-minute set. The beginning of it would be, that big girl joke. But sometimes, some nights, that joint lasts so long, I ain't have time to do the rest of my shit. Next thing you know, I'm off stage at the light.
Yeah, I can dig it. I can definitely dig it. And then again, so the light, of course, we're seeing kind of shows and of course producing shows. You do have, of course, your own show up, up in that DC area, the Neverson show. Can you tell the
Right.
people, what I'm saying, a little bit more about that? Kind of how they get, kind of get tapped in with that. When the shows are like all that good stuff.
Oh, so listen, comedy is very important. It's
Mhm.
very important right now. And the most important place it needs to be is in Washington, D.C., where this crazy motherfucker is up at the Capitol.
Mhm.
So the best place for a comedian like me to have a show is in Washington, D.C., where the imminent threat actually is. You know what I'm saying? People need healing because some of these people work for these motherfuckers, some of them don't.
Mhm.
Like them, some of them don't. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of stress. And those people come to my private minutes and they let me know how much they need to laugh. And so I created something called the Neverson Cafe, which is well, the Neverson Show. Let me just put that out there to answer your question. Is a variety show full of comedians, rappers, spoken word poets,
Mhm.
and singers from whatever state I'm in that I have affiliation in. So the Neverson Show could be in Richmond, which is where its origin began.
Mhm.
Um, the Neverson Show began in Richmond. The Neverson Show is now in DC. It's a show full of opportunity for all kind of artists that are up and coming, and even artists that are known, to come and share my platform. That's all that is.
Mhm.
Before platforms were platforms, I had a platform, and I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to comedy and people being able to jump on and off and do what they got to do, I consider it a train. If you on it, you on it. You can stay on it. If you off it, you off it. You jump on it. You can. I mean, it's just train. You can
Mhm.
get on it. One thing for sure, train gonna move.
Mhm.
Train. So, and that's what we look at the Neverson Show to be, a train. It has expanded to Washington D.C. and shown itself proved for the past 8 years here. The Neverson Show has been very, very, very strong, very, very, very strong, due to Put It in Your Mouth East and a lot of people that are associated in the D.C. area. So many names that I can give you right now. I'm not going to spoil you with a whole. I know people get on and just start blurting out names. I ain't going to do that. I'm just letting you know. When I tell you,
Hmm.
see, as if I'm from that city, I have DC's love. Um, and because I entertained them for so many years with these variety shows, and I would have some of my best friends in comedy come and support me, um, as I support them as well, to just go and make people laugh around the district. And DC is just like any city that gets good food. If something is good, it's going to float around, and
Hmm.
going to be the underground. I had the underground as far as comedy on locked in DC. But it was very frequent. I had the Neverson Show. We would call it Twist Up Tuesday, because at my show you can come enjoy yourself if you love them trees. And if you love to eat, you can come to my show in a one-stop shop and get your sip on, laugh, and for 2.5 hours, get your ass out of there, because you fucking well you got to go to work. Fuck
That's
you.
ridiculous. That's what's up.
Might as well have a good time and network with some of the most popular people. That show has been about that since we were in Richmond, which is a whole nother story.
Hmm. Part
That's
two coming. Don't worry.
a part two to it, but you just talking about now. So, um, here in DC, the Neverson Show has been curated for the past 8 years, and now we have gravitated ourselves to Ben's Chili Bowl. You ever heard of that?
I have I have a couple people that definitely told me about this, but I haven't been there myself yet. But I definitely got to check it out.
Shout out to Kamal Ben Ali, and shout out to the whole Ali family. Um, Ben's, if you're from the Washington D.C. area, DMV, or if you know anything about the area, Ben's Chili Bowl is kind of like what Times Square is in New York.
Okay.
It's that one place you gotta go in DC. Now they sell glizzies and shit and all kinds of all kind of good shit, wings and fries and all that stuff.
Hmm.
I mean, and it's premier, it's great. But it's 65 years old. It's a 65-year-old business that has been going strong, by a man named Ben Ali, who is late, but his son Kamal um, has picked up the torch a very long time ago. But due to what I was doing with the Neverson Show in DC, um, my team was able to gravitate to him, and now we have become partners.
Okay.
So the Neverson Show now is at Ben's Chili Bowl on U Street,
That's
up
what's up.
there in Amsterdam, in the cafe there, and across the street at Ben's Next Door, which is hugely popular on DC in DC. If you're anybody that's either from or has been to the DMV, you know what I mean when I say, yo, the Neverson Show is at Ben's Chili Bowl
That's
weekly.
what's up. That's absolutely what's up.
Top.
And what day is that on? Every week. Just so anybody in that area, you can definitely come and check it out.
Yeah, definitely. It's always on. So Mondays is what we call
Okay.
membership Mondays, where we get people to come in. Now, in that membership Mondays, we're shooting the Neverson Show podcast, and I
Okay.
finally accepted the reins. I feel like I'm just made into the mafia because I accepted to actually do podcasts. I really
Okay.
had to convince myself that people give a fuck about what I got to say.
And that's what I can tell, from what I've seen in kind of like
No,
just some of the environments that I've seen you in, like you definitely gonna do well with that, and it's gonna be a lot of fun too, man. Like
right.
just getting a chance to be
But
around, some people and just kind of talk your shit for real.
hmm it's a whole nother job. It's consistency. You got to keep up with it. It's just like any business that you try to take on, and they're gonna make you nothing in the beginning. It's gonna cost more,
Hmm.
But
That's true.
with the support and everything that I got from people saying to go ahead and do it, it's just a no brainer. So We have already entered that world, and every Monday we shoot, starting actually March 9th, which is sadly the death of my beloved Notorious B.I.G. Shout out to Christopher Wallace and his family. March 9th is very important to people from New York, and I got my
The
man
hip hop community.
coming down. You know what I'm
If it
saying?
ain't just y'all.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry. I didn't even tell people where I was from and shit, but whatever. Well, we here. It's so March 9th is Membership Mondays, and it's a huge networking event where we open Ben's Chili Bowl. First of all, the dope thing about Ben's Chili Bowl is that it's unlike any other store in the world. It's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can always get something to eat. And it won't,
Uh,
you know what I'm saying? It won't, break your pockets. If you're hungry, you got $5, you can come to Ben's Chili Bowl. It's just been like that for 65 years. And it's great to be a partner with that whole establishment. It's a family business, and you know how family businesses run. And I'm pretty organized myself. So it's just like a pea in a pod. And just to be here in DC sharing this moment with Kamal and Ben Ali, the whole family. Well, we the link. Shout out to my man Eagle overseeing the whole situation, man. Mr. Trey Five. Everybody's gonna be seeing this whole thing. So DC has taken very good care of me. I'm just
that's
like
what's up.
the total opposite of Donald Trump. The total opposite
Actually looking out for you like you should, like they should, right?
of.
That's
And,
what's up. That's what's
and
up.
I'm from New York, just like Donald Trump from New York. But I'm in a city that embraces me instead of a city that just want to choke the shit out of me.
I can dig it, and that's a beautiful thing, man. I'm glad to hear that you're definitely in a spot where you can flourish and definitely flourish like in that art. You know what I'm saying? And you got
Right.
people out there that appreciates it, and not only that, but you putting other people on too. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's one of the
What?
most important things is when you get to a spot where you can kind of shine that light on somebody else, what
Right.
I'm saying, and understand it's not going to take away from what you're doing. Like that's very dope, man. So definitely keep, what I'm saying, keep doing what you're doing. Um, I'm definitely proud to see, everything that you got going on. You know what I'm saying? It's I know it's not easy for us out here, period, but you definitely doing your thing right now, man. So shout out to you for that. Definitely shout out to you for that. So
Trying.
let the people know. I know you did say, yeah, the Never a show every Tuesday.
Right.
But anything outside of that you do have coming up, let people know, a little bit about that, and then of course, where to follow you, how to get in contact with you, how to book you, like all of that good
Oh man. Well, listen. Things gotten crazy. So look, I don't even know how you book me now, but
shit.
but there is a website that you'll see soon that you can do all of that stuff and contact information. You got to know somebody. It's 2026. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I'm about to put no
I
numbers up.
can dig it.
You'll find a nigga. I'll be there. Um, but so I am, like I told you initially, I am well, I probably didn't tell you that, but I'm a musician at heart. And
Mm,
music is what I do. That's the, kind of bloodline thing. So I'm also on stage weekly with my R&B jazz band, where we do covers um of some of everybody's favorite R&B classics. And we do a 2-hour set with a live jazz band and 4 vocalists, 1 female, 3 guys, and I'm one of them. Uh,
okay.
One of my brother Dion. Shout out to Virginia Union University. Back in 1996, when he came in there, we met musically, and ever since then we've been connected. And he's actually the leader of this band. It's called D Best Live. His name is
Okay.
Dion Best, and he named the band D Best Live. And even though I was already in an R&B singing group, he
Mm.
said, "Nigga, I've been knowing you before that shit." I said, "Man, no, you haven't. I was in this group before then." And he was like, "No, man, fuck that. I need you to do something with me and my band. We grown men now. We got gray in our beard."
That's what's
And for the past 5 to 6 years, we've been entertaining the entire DMV. um, through all ages. With and think about what I'm saying. I'm talking about the DMV. Where go-go takes over,
Hmm.
go-go sound. We went the complete opposite side of that and focused on R&B. So we are that R&B jazz band. Most of your favorite songs we take seriously vocally and we sing it.
Hmm.
The band takes it seriously, making it sound just like the record. So when we sing songs like Too Close, and we even go far back as Prince. Our material is crazy. Like I said, we got a female in the group, so we go far back as we go pretty far back. We
That's
do
what's up.
things um with the band that's crazy, and we're talking about a 9 to 10 member band, depending on whether we want to book one nigga. He be fucking around every now and then. Basically it's a 9 member band with only one female in it. She's the queen and she's the vocalist. And you know the other guys, we the pips, but we be singing too. We be singing like,
Leave.
you know
Like,
we the pips.
going back to fun. Like,
We be singing because the bitch bad, she be singing, so but we be and and we are concentration on harmonies and background sounds. So we pick songs
mm,
that have big harmonies and all that stuff, and that are most popular, and they're all R&B, all are only R&B.
that's what's
It's
up.
not
Okay.
at a show, and it's always a 2-hour show. We have 2 sets. And like I said, we've been doing this for about 5 to 6 years now, and we're extremely popular. You look on us on all social media platforms, the best live, and that's something that we do weekly. I have a show next week actually, and a rehearsal on Sunday. And for the past 6 weeks, for the past 6 years, this has been much more than a second job for me when it comes
That's
to that.
what's up.
So I'm on stage much more than most comedians could even think they are
That's what's up.
on.
That's definitely what's up.
Because comedy is just that's the job, and I make sure I work. And I'm a bartender too on top of that, which we'll get to
Thank
that
you.
too.
That's coming to part two.
Yeah, yeah, tied that into to what I going on. Shout out to Doy Moy, shout out to the owners, really 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 good friends of mine. Some of y'all bartend for corporations. When you bartend for the owners,
It hit different. It definitely hit different. Definitely hit different. That's what's up, man. That is definitely what's up.
watch
So
out for
I
whiskey.
do have one
All right.
last question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and again,
Yeah,
these are
I
folks.
tonight at Sully's. I'm down on
Oh,
you.
I'm sorry, my bad.
So yep, I do got to go soon. You're right. I'm glad. See,
And so I be I be
you
knowing.
I
Um,
can talk forever.
so
I love the bus. I love the bus. I love to be on the bus. And
hey
I ain't,
man, it's always a good ride, man. It's
I ain't
always a good time.
paid for the motherfucker. And
Um,
smoke. I forgot.
so
Oh,
with everything that you've done as a comedian, as a singer, as a dad, as a man, as what I'm saying, all these different things that you have done and what I'm saying are doing. What's something that you would tell your younger self? Like if you had to write your younger self a note, what's one thing that you would tell your younger self? Yep, you still there? Yo,
Let me see what's going on. Hold on.
all right.
Oh, I just probably messed up. Well, till then, hi.
Mm, what's good? Are you still recording?
Oh yeah.
Yo, so just so y'all know, for everybody who is watching, this is JB. This is the man who actually runs this platform that we're using right now to stream this episode of the Bus Stop. Shout out to you, man. You're doing an incredible job, just kind of putting everything together. This thing was programmed by him. This is not something that was like, we went to some other website and downloaded the shit. Like, nah, this nigga put all this shit together himself. So shout out to you for that. Thank you for doing everything, like the engineering, dog. Like, I know what that shit is like. I've done it before, and sometimes it can be complete ass. So I do appreciate you for that. Like, thank you.
Oh no, no problem, man. I'm glad that it worked out. I don't know if Sean's gonna pop back in. I know he said he had a show in a couple of minutes. Till then, let me play something for you. You might want to take this with you. Here we go. Baby, I pull up. It's the bus stop, baby. I pull up. You get in and enjoy the ride.
Mm-hmm.
The bus driver says the vibe. Couldn't crush it, you try. Just sit back, chill and ride. Bus driver, take your time. From west to east, we'll pull up. Your stop is next, but you don't have to get off. You welcome to chill. To chill. It's the bus stop. Bus stop. Bus stop. Bus stop. It's the bus stop. Bus stop. Bus stop. Bus stop. Bus driver, take 'em away.
Okay. I like that. That was fire. That's absolutely fire. Okay.
Bus driver, take 'em away. That's customary for my show.
Okay.
I do a Suno theme song every time. I write the lyrics and then I say what kind of style I want, and then kick it out. I have so many of these. I'm talking about. Let's see. This.
I wake up out of bed in the middle of the night. Grab a blunt, watch the plug, cause I need it in my life. I wake up out of bed in the middle of the night. Grab a blunt, watch the plug, cause I need it in my life. I know it's a lot going on out here, but we all need a space to unwind. So please be kind if you will. Grab a seat and come chill. It's the plug so you know that it's real.
The plug, late night. The plug, late night. Your nigga gon' hit right, but I don't get on my pay right. It's the plug.
Get plugged in.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I got so many. I'm not gonna sit and play you all of these because we'll be here all night. But
yeah, that's fire though. I like that.
I'm gonna send you the one that I just played for you. If you want
to get that in the car too.
Yeah, if you want to take that and keep it as a theme song for you for the time being, you're more than welcome to. I know Sean probably doing his thing.
Well,
play.
I guess we can go ahead and close it out. I mean, anybody still tapped in, tuned in, still riding on the bus, I want to appreciate y'all for riding with us. We definitely gonna get into a part 2 with that interview with Sean Pee Wee Neverson. So we definitely gonna be coming back with that, spinning the block on that one. But yeah, I just want to thank y'all for riding with me, man. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at AKA Bus Driver, on TikTok at AKA Bus Driver 313. Until then, man, make sure y'all get y'all guts and shit out the back of out the back of the bus. Hopefully, I ain't spilling nothing on the seats because we trying to keep that shit clean. But holla at me, man. It's the bus stop.